What is the thinking trap that keeps you broke? That's today's agenda. And I'm going to share why thinking like an expert is killing your consulting business. And it's a little bit controversial, but I'm going to tell you a story and we're going to dig in right now. Okay, so many years ago, I was in school and I was not an A student by any means, but I was very eager to try and service and get to the next level, whether that was learning how to play the guitar, which I became proficient at. We actually toured all over Scandinavia at one point. We had a top 10 hit. How did that all happen? Then as I said, was not an A student. I came to the US and I started as a receptionist at a data company, a computer company. And then I learned how to program. And then I ended up with another firm after that in the software biz. And we sold over 250,000 copies worldwide. And I traveled to multiple cities in the US and also abroad. And speaking about software design and development, how did that all happen? I didn't go to school for that, okay? I learned from the trenches. And a few years ago, I was talking to my brother, and he's a scientist guy, very smart guy. And he and I were discussing this idea that you may not need to be a high graduate type of individual, if I could put it that way, to make it in this world. And I'm proof of that. However, one thing that sort of kept coming up again and again was this idea that if you think like an expert and if you are sharing your degrees and your placards on the wall, that's fine. It's actually great. However, if you want to make it as an entrepreneur and build your business as a coach, a consultant, an expert, I'm going to share with you how this actually is hindering you here today. You're not lazy, okay? You're not underskilled. You're just thinking like a worker instead of a builder. I have some other videos on this, by the way, so keep watching here. The moment I stopped thinking like an expert and started thinking like a founder, everything changed. Yeah, that's exactly right. I kind of go back to the story there, which I'm not going to belabor again, but you need to think as an entrepreneur, and I'll share with you kind of how we got there. So this is what you have right now. You have the credentials, you have the experience, you have the results, the expertise, the track record, yet empty calendar, few inquiries, struggling to get leads, watching less qualified people succeed. Why is that? Well, what if you are the bottleneck? This is at the crux of the matter. Not your skills, not your credentials, it's your thinking. And there's a pattern here, and you might not be able to see it. And this goes back to the story I was telling you that I had with my brother, is you need to build credibility first. I should wait until I'm ready. Someone needs to validate my experience. I need permission to charge that much. I'll apply for this opportunity. Sound familiar? Well, this is a worker thinking in disguise. And I was totally here in the beginning. If you identify with this, like this video. Make a comment if you please. This is somewhat detrimental. Now I should rephrase here, or make a disclaimer, I should say. Not everybody is suited to be an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a risk taker, a change maker, a shapeshifter. Not everybody is slated to be that person or that individual. However, if you're not, you can work into that by changing your thinking. And that's what this video is all about today. So the two ways of thinking here is worker mode. As I said, I work for someone. Builder mode, I build something. It's the same person. It's just a different OS, a different operating system essentially here. So the worker thinking is waiting. It's waiting to be hired. Building credibility through titles, get chosen by authority figures, follow the established path, prove yourself worthy of selection, ask permission to advance. That's a big one. I think we've all been there, right? At least in the workforce. So this worked brilliantly in corporate, but it's killing you now. This is a great point here. We want to make sure that you're not holding on to that corporate mindset. I've talked to other coaches that have been considered to join our programs, and we have not let them in. And the main reason is it's not that they don't have the money. They have the money. They have spent years in corporate. They're breaking out. They want to give back. They have a great attitude. They want to make a change. They're essentially shapeshifters, change makers in their business. However, when it comes out to kind of going out all alone here, if you will. This corporate thinking of, hey, I got the credentials, I got the lowdown on everything that's going on in this particular market, whatever that market is. So I should be able to just drum up business X, Y, and Z instantly. Not so. That is not the case. And the mindset is important. Sure, the approach is important. However, if you are not suspending your disbelief in a sense where you change the way that you approach and look at it, you will not be successful. That's not going to work for you, okay? I've seen it again and again and again. So the builder thinking, this is what gets you clients. This is that mindset shift. Make yourself discoverable. I have another video talking about how to do that. Attracting your ideal clients. We're going to talk more about that in these video series. Prove value publicly. Very interesting. That's branding, that's positioning. Building authority through demonstration. Very clearly, somebody who comes to the marketplace through demonstration is going to do well if they are targeting the right audience with the right message, of course. Create your own path. Wow. Grant yourself permission. This is the upgrade you need. Exactly. These 6 elements here on this one sheet is going to drastically change the way that you not only approach your outward communication, but also your internal communication for how you think about these things and how you need to change. Now, it's not an overnight thing. This is definitely something that, especially if you've, let's say, been 30, 40 years in corporate, you need to hone these skills and get this in place in your own world, in your own ecosystem, before you can make the shift. So the fundamental shift here is what a worker asks and a builder asks. The worker says, oh my gosh, will they hire me? Am I qualified enough? What if they say no? Should I lower my price? Do I have permission? This permission thing is really interesting. Years ago, I was asking this even if I was already doing pretty well. I'm talking 9, 10 years ago now. I was waiting for somebody to give me permission. And a big marketer said to me directly, Jan, you have permission. It's amazing. In minutes, it shifted everything for me. The builder asks, who needs this solved? That's problem solve, problem solution. Can I solve this problem? Exactly. How do I reach them? What's the value worth? What will I build today? And what will I build today is basically finding out who your audience is and what you can provide them as in a solution. This is not just you thinking, hey, I'm a smart guy or gal. I'm an expert. I have corporate experience in X, Y, and Z topics. I'm just going to start building. You have to do your research, competitive research, and you have to actually go out to your audience, your perfect target audience. And in business, we call this ICP, Ideal Client Profile, and find out what they actually want built for them. So this is what now ultimately this video is all about. This is the expert trap. This is that corporate gap. And 3 reasons why expert thinking keeps you broke here. The expert thinking is passive. Look at my credentials, waiting to be noticed. So those credentials are essentially what's making you whole. This is what you're holding on to. You can pretty much throw it out. It's nice to include that at some point in the conversation, but it's not the first thing. Expert thinking is broad. I can help anyone with anything. Impossible to find, right? So you definitely don't want to go there. Expert thinking, internal. I need to be ready first, never launches. Yeah, I need to get ready to get ready. You've heard that, right? Very common. So you might want to read the Philip Morgan book, The Positioning Manual for Technical Firms. There's many books on this topic, but that's one that you can consider. So the founder advantage, there are 3 reasons founder thinking gets clients. So that's the opposite now. Founder thinking is active. Here's the problem I solve. Creates visibility. That's exactly what I talked about a minute ago. So if you do that, you're going to be better off. Founder thinking, specific. I help X people with Y problem. Easy to find here. So if you are doing, let's say, technical work, and you have a specific niche within that technical group, those are the ones that I help. I can definitely put a message together and a funnel that speaks to those guys. Founder thinking, external. Ship it and improve it. Builds momentum. Yeah, ship it and improve it. This is the paralysis analysis concept where you as a corporate person may be sitting on this and stewing way too long, when in fact you just need to get it out the door. That's not shipping bad products or services. You want to make sure that you can provide results. But if you're analyzing this to the hilt, not going to help you get out there, and you'll never launch, and you'll overthink it. So you need to upgrade your operating system, essentially. So from prove I'm qualified, so that's the worker mindset, to demonstrate I solve problems. Wait for approval to create and share over here. Be the best expert. Be the obvious choice for X. Wow, that's big, right? Build credibility first, build visibility now. Get chosen to get discovered. Yeah, get chosen is that whole concept of I'm waiting to be picked versus get discovered. So each shift changes what you do every day. And this is the behavior shift here. Thinking like a worker, you're updating your resume, applying for opportunities, wait for responses, hope somebody notices, and ask, am I good enough? So if you're a professional in the corporate world, you're hopefully not asking that last one, am I good enough? But if it trickles in somewhere in your mind, hey, I haven't done this before, I'm in corporate, I'm putting myself out there, I'm feeling uncomfortable about this, and so this idea, am I good enough, might sit back in there somewhere. You need to erase it, like exit. Thinking like a builder, however, this is where it gets exciting, okay? Creating content, answering questions. Remember the other video I have here a couple of days ago, I put it together. Answer top 10 questions in your preferred market. Publish your frameworks, publish your books, publish your guides, publish the 1, 2, 3 steps to X. Reach out proactively, make yourself findable, ask who needs this solved. Make yourself findable, by the way, is not just you push, push, push. This is also SEO and AEO, which is answer engine optimization for ChatGPT, etc. You want to be able to be found online, not just by your name, by niche keywords. These don't happen overnight either, but the fact that you're thinking about this and planning this out is a very good thing, okay? So, the hard question here is, are you waiting for somebody to give you permission to succeed? I wanted to put this in bold here because it just matters, okay? No one is coming to choose you. That's actually good news because it means you get to decide right now. And that means you get to decide what type of clients you take on. You don't take on absolutely everybody. Now, if you're brand new and maybe you've been in corporate for a little bit, not the 30, 40 years I mentioned, you might want to do some pro bono work or help out. There's some models here which I can talk about in other videos. If you want to comment below, I can definitely put that together for you as well. As you know, I love doing these for you, making these videos rather. So, but install the new operating system. This is kind of your 7-day workshop here. Identify one thing you were waiting for permission to do. Day 1. If you're in that mode, clear it off. Day 2, do it anyway. Publish, share, announce, charge, claim. Perfect. You're just going for it. You are charging ahead. Day 3, identify who specifically needs what you offer. This is audience targeting, message alignment to that market. Day 4, create one piece of content solving their problem. That one piece can be a video. If you're great on camera, this is a no-brainer. Get that done. If you're more of a writer, put that out there. If you're in business context, create articles on LinkedIn and then post that, and also reach out to your personal network and ping them and say, hey, I put together this article. I think this can help you, or hope this helps you. Very non-confrontational, okay? This is meant to support and build relationships and relevancy for that content. Share that publicly, not just on your website, as I said, where they are. So if it's B2B, that's definitely LinkedIn and YouTube. Day 6, do it again, second piece of content. So you're getting kind of a cycle going here. So you can consider 1 week or each week one piece of content to be your trajectory here. Day 7, commit to thinking like a builder for 90 days. Very, very interesting. If you're committing to this, you're basically saying, okay, bye-bye corporate. I am a builder. This is a different mindset now. I am going for the entrepreneurial mode here and upgrading my brain to get that new installation going. And this is my final slide. I just wanted to let you know that we want to make sure that you get your entrepreneur mode activated because you're not broken. ultimately your thinking just needs an upgrade. And so I put some bullets down here at the bottom, but really, guys and gals, I just want to make sure that you know I've been where you're at. I worked actually in corporate for many years. My last gig was at Yahoo. I used to travel up to Sunnyvale to corporate offices there, and down to Pasadena, and back and forth, and working with the executives. And I felt like I was just a star because people told me that. And plus, I had fun. But when it came down to some really big promotional lifts and next steps for me, I realized that, yeah, I'm going for the big paycheck here. I'm not going for my true entrepreneurial spirit. I have a lot more to give, just like you. You can do it as well. You just need to have a small mindset shift. This video is probably 10-15 minutes long by now. So it's a somewhat heavy topic because it gets into mindset, psychology, and ultimately, who are you going to serve? Who are you going to serve with what type of transformative value that you can add to your marketplace? So hope you like this video. Love making them for you. And comment, share, and I'll see you in the next video.